we go. So grab your weights, guys. Let's see, I've got all kinds of funny sun in here today. You can see me. There we go. Okay, so start with your feet about hip distance apart. I'm just gonna go off my mat. We're gonna do a little balancing. If you have a thick mat, it's sometimes easier on a, or it will be easier on the floor. But up to you, all right? So shoulders down, away from your ears, standing really nice and tall. So feeling your heels press into the ground, the top of your head is reaching up to the ceiling. Nice neutral, so you have that little curve in your lumbar spine. And then from here, just nice and slow, we're gonna start arms wide. So reach them out, and then just control as they lower. Reaching up, and then control back down. So go again, straight out, pause, and then inhale back. Go for 4 like that. Remember, you're reaching as you lift, you're still reaching as you lower. So think about that energy through your arms. Last couple. Up. And control, and then go one more, go right up. Stay right there, turn your palms to face forward and then go together. And back up. Still pressing into those heels, arms together. And reach, go 6 more. Arms together. And reach, go for 4 more like that. Squeezing together, really reach as you open. Remember, never using momentum, so no swinging around. Last 2, and reach. And then go 1 more. Reach all the way out, stay there. Now pull your elbows in right to your waistlines and then reach up above shoulder height. Pull in and reach. So go 8 here. Pulling and out. Feel those triceps as you pull those elbows towards one another and back. Your spine is still nice and long, still pressing through those heels to keep those legs nice and engaged. Inhale in and out. Go for 2. Exhale out. And then go 1 more. Exhale out. So stay up nice and high. Keep your palms facing forward. Arms are going to come down by your hips. And then reach all the way back up. And then do that again. Keep reaching as you lower. Keep reaching back up. And again, go for 6 like this. And all the way up. Making sure those knees aren't locking. Reach. And up. Thinking about those shoulders staying away from your ears, even when you're up here, even at the highest point. Keep those shoulders relaxed. Last 2. And control. And then go 1 more. You're going to go all the way up. Come all the way back down. And then give your shoulders a little bit of a roll down. Now bend your elbows so your arms are at 90-degree angles. Elbows are just 1 inch or so away from your waistlines. And then just drop down. So hinging your upper body forward as you come into that squat. Press into your heels, stand up, arms reach long. So doing that again, inhale down. Remember, lead with your tail. So when I say lead with your tail, I mean your tailbone. That is what's coming down first instead of that kind of thing. Don't let your chest just drop. Go for 4, pressing straight up. And then 3, inhale down. Exhale as you press. Last 2. Exhale, pressing straight up, and then go 1 more. Inhale down, hold here. So stay in that little bit of a hinge. From there, just extend your arms and then bend them back in. Extend, just little bicep curls in, keeping that tail down, keeping that neutral spine. Go for 5, bending in. 4, and in. 3, remember you're working as your arms extend. That's the eccentric contraction of your muscles. And back, last 2. And in, ready, 1 more. Bending in, stand all the way up, drop those arms, give your shoulders a little roll down. Okay, so from here, last week we were going out to the side, and then behind us we're gonna add this kick in front as well. So let's start with the kicks in front. So let's just hold our arms still again like we did last week. So bending your elbows, 90-degree angles, extra little bit of pressure into your left heel because you're gonna be moving your right leg. So So your right glute is gonna be stabilizing you, right obliques are gonna be really important. Tons of work for your transfers, keeping your weight from shifting. All right, so press into that left heel, and then you're gonna kick that right foot forward. You can slide it, you can pick it up, whatever feels good, and then pull back in. Take a breath, you're gonna go to the side, pull it in, you can touch down for these ones, and then back. I gotta move it forward. Kick it back, and then in. Ready? Let's do it again. So reach forward and in. Let's go out and in, and then go back and in. Let's do one more set like this, and tap. Let's go out and tap. Try not to let that weight shift to the left, in and tap. Drop that heel, stand all the way up, take a breath. So you should feel your left glute right now, some in your left quad as well. We want to bring most of the work into our glutes, so really pressing into your left heel is going to be important. Let's do that again. Bend your elbows, hold. This time we're going to try to do it without touching down. So you're going to bring that leg forward, barely tap, to the side, barely tap, and back, barely tap. Can we do it again? Front, hardly tapping. Side, hardly tapping. So really all your weight is on that left side. Reach and in. Reach and in. Constant pressure up through that left heel. Upper body is hinging forward, out and in. Let's go out and in, back and in. We got it. One more this way. Front, barely tap. Side, barely tap. Back, very good, you guys. Barely tap, drop that heel down. Stand all the way up, come right back down. Bending and up. Dropping that tail first, just finding that balance on those legs again. Lower, press up. Go for 4. Exhale, even pressure through those heels. 3, even pressure as you stand. Go for 2. Press, and then 1 more. All the way up. Now drop down and stay. Train your palms to face one another for this one. Transfer your weight over to your right. So right obliques are working to keep you from moving this way. Right glute is keeping you steady. Transverse is keeping you steady. Ready? You're going to reach that left leg in front. Tap it in. Go out. Tap it in. Remember, your upper body is hinged forward. And then go backwards and in. So again, you're going in front and back. To the side and back, and then behind and in. Let's do that again. Tap and in. Tap and in. Constant pressure through that left heel and in. One more set with the taps. Let's go out and in. Out and in. Back and in. Drop that heel, stand all the way up, take a breath. Ready? We're going to do the whole thing trying to keep your left foot as light as you possibly can. Dropping low. Upper body is hinged forward. Ribs are nice and tight around your center. You ready? Transfer that weight to your right heel and then kick left out. Barely tap. Out. Barely tap. Back. Tapping. Forward. And in. Out. Back and in. You ready? Let's do it again. Reach and in. Reach, barely tapping. Back, barely tapping. Let's do it again. You got 3 more. And in. Constant pressure up through that right heel. Right inner thigh is pressing towards that midline. And in. Last 2. And in. And in. And in. Last 1, reach and back. Keep that upper body hinging and in. Reach and in. Drop those heels, drop low, all the way up. Take a breath. Let's go for 6. Inhale down and press. Go for 5. Exhale, press. 4, pressing through those heels. 3, core connects as you stand. Last 2. Last 1. All the way up and then drop down again and stay. Hold low. Keep your elbows a little bit higher or lift your elbows a little bit higher. And then reach your arms back. Your palms are going to face one another. Hold there. Open your arms out. Squeeze in. So as you're doing this, think about that constant pressure even constant pressure through both of your heels. Keep those ribs nice and tight around your center. Does not look like mine are, but they are. And in, go for 4, 3, 2, that little bit of a hinge forward. Last one, squeeze those arm bones together, open back out, stay. Arms up 2 inches, and down. Up, go 6, and down, go for 5, and down, 4 more, and down, up with a pause, and down, last 2, pause, and down, last one, pause, holding there. From here, turn your palms down, pulsing up 8, pulsing up 7, pulsing up 6, 5, 4, exhale, 3, 2, last one, lower those arms all the way, give your shoulders a little bit of a roll down, shake it out, and then let's come down onto our mats. So feet about hip distance apart. I'll turn my fan on here already. There we go. Right. Feet hip distance apart. And have your weights handy. Perfect. Okay. So legs bent just about hip distance apart. Touching those heels with your fingertips is a good kind of indicator of space there. Little neutral or little space behind your low back, holding you in that neutral. Ribs tight around your center. So from here, let's grab onto those weights. Think about your shoulder blades being heavy on the mat. Lift your right arm all the way up, pressing that right shoulder blade into the mat. And then lift your left all the way up as well. So hold here, relax those shoulders, keep them nice and heavy. Arm bones are heavy in your shoulder sockets, collarbones stay wide. Now from here, we're just gonna open our right arm to the side, feel your left shoulder blade getting a little bit heavier, and then press back up. Now left arm opens, right shoulder blade is heavy. Exhale up. So reaching out for your inhale. And reaching out for your inhale. And up. So keep going with this. I know this could feel very easy, but if you're really thinking stability here, even if you have just a 1 pound weight like I do, the weight is pulling you out of neutral. So try as much as you can to keep your weight completely balanced from right to left in your body, so there's no change. And up. Go 1 more each way here. Your shoulder blades stay flush against the mat the whole time. And then 1 more here. Press up and stay. Now from here, you ready? Keep your arms where they are, just your legs. Same thing, right knee opens to the right side. Left hip is heavy, left knee is pointing up. And then bring that right leg back in. Same thing left. Left knee opens, right knee is reaching, right hip stays heavy. And up, let's do it again. Inhale out. Back up. Inhale out. Back up. Let's do that again. Inhaling, open, exhale as you press. Inhaling, open, exhale, and up. So 2 more each side. Really thinking about that stability from right to left in your body. And left to right. Opening out. Shoulders are evenly weighted. 1 more right. Inhale. 1 more left. Inhaling out. Exhale back up. Now hold, let's do arm and leg together. So we're gonna go right arm, right leg. Really feel the left side of your body getting heavier. And then press all the way back up. Now left opens, right side of your body is heavy, and squeeze back in. Let's do it again. Inhale out. Left side of your body is heavy. So as much as I'm thinking about the left side of my body, my arm and leg opening, I'm thinking even more about the right side staying heavy. So opposite here, I'm thinking about the left side of my body staying heavy. And then up. And again. Opening with control. And up. Go 1 more over here. Control. Back in and hold. Take a breath. Keep those arm bones heavy. Right arm overhead. Ribs stay tight around your center. And then press that right arm back up. Now go left. Left arm overhead. Ribs stay tight around your center. And then exhale, press. Go right again. Inhale, reach. And left. Inhale, reaching all the way back up. One more right like this. And up. And then one more left. Feel those shoulder blades staying flat against the mat. Exhale as you press. Now stay. Can you lift your right heel? So you're super light on those right toes. Do the same thing with your left. Holding here. If you do have a squishy ball, you can have your feet on top of the ball at this point if you want. All right. So from here, our toes are going to stay super light with or without the ball. It's like, just imagine your feet are on top of the ball. I think you guys have all done that with me. We're going to bring our right foot to tabletop and then drop it back down either lightly to the ground or on top of the ball and then let it see. Same idea. And then drop that down nice and light. Do that again, right? And lower, and left, up, and then lower. So not just dropping your leg down, really thinking about your leg as it returns down. Don't let it drop. Take control. Up again, and drop with control. One more each way here. Up, lower with control, and then one more left, up, lower with control, and then stay right here. Now from here, bring that right leg all the way up. Bring your left leg all the way up, holding there. So knees on top of your hips, unless you feel your back, bring your knees closer to your chest. Stay right here. Ready? We're gonna go both arms. Keep your legs where they are. You can squeeze them together. So feel those inner thighs, and then just reach your arms. Arms reach, nothing else moves. And then arms back up. Do that again. Arms reach, ribs stay tight around your center. And then arms back up. So you may not be able to bring your arms all the way down because your back will possibly change. You don't want to do that. So I can only reach my arms about there and then my ribs start to lift. So I'm not going to go further than that. Reaching back, inhale. Back up, one more like that, inhaling, reach. Exhale, press those arms back to the ceiling, shoulder blades are heavy, stay there. You ready? Tap your toes away, move your thighs away from your chest, and then bring those thighs back in. Do that again, thighs move away, you can keep your legs bent, you don't need to straighten them out yet, unless you really want to. And then pull back in. Do that again, shoulder blades stay flat against the mat, exhale out, abs, deepen inner thighs, squeeze. Go for 4. Remember, you want to be able to keep that neutral, so back of your ribs stay heavy. Belly button is constantly pulling into your spine. Last 2, remember, reach up, have that little pause when you're out there, that's the hardest point. And then pull in. You ready? We're gonna add arms after this last one. Tap away, pull back in, hold. So start with those knees right on top of your hips again. Unless you feel your back, bring your knees in closer and then move accordingly. We're gonna move our arms at the same time as we move our legs. You might not be able to go as far with either, that's okay. Reach deep in those abs. Back in. Reaching, ribs stay tight around your center, shoulder blades flat against the mat. Exhaling back in. Take your time, you got 6 like this. It doesn't matter at all how far your legs go. Look how far mine are going, not really that far at all. It's still tons of work. Go for 3. Inhale out. It's still tons of work if you're maintaining your neutral, I should say. All the way in. Last 2. Inhale back, reaching, reaching, reaching. And one more. Inhaling back, reach. If you go a little further than you did on your last one, and then come all the way in, holding there, lower your right toes, lower your left, lower your arms down. Awesome, guys. Just have your palms facing up, down by your sides. We'll leave those direct abs alone for a second. So still, you should be able to touch your heels, belly button towards your spine. Make sure you have a little bit of space between your feet, so about hip distance. as you roll up into a hip lift. So stay at the top, take a nice deep breath, and then articulate back down. So softening each vertebra down one at a time, all the way until you're in neutral. Hold when you're in neutral, so feeling that little space behind your low back, and then do that again. Belly button towards that spine. Exhale, press through your heels, reach those knees away from the top of your head, so feeling that length through your body. Slow and controlled, rolling back. Into neutral. Do that again with two more like this. Rolling up. Nice and controlled all the way down. And then the last one like this, we're gonna stay at the top, belly button to spine, exhale, press, lifting, holding when you're up there. So feeling those knees constantly reaching away from the top of your head. We're gonna get an extra little press into our left heel as we lift our right. So we're just on our right tippy toes here. Take a breath there. Keep that pressure into your left heel so you'll feel your left glute and hamstring working. Left inner thigh is squeezing toward your midline the whole time. Really important, you don't want this to happen. Keep that left knee squeezing in. Now from here, lift that right leg up to tabletop. Ready? From here, reach that right leg long, so it's just at the same level as your left, and then pull back in. Exhale out, and inhale in. If anyone wants an extra challenge, you can bring your arms up. And if you want even a little more than that, you can go reach arms away from that leg, and then pull all the way in. Whatever you choose to do is okay with me. Go for 3 like this, reaching. Keep that constant pressure through your left heel to keep that glute active. 2. And then you're ready, 1 more. Reach, pull back in and stay. Try to keep that weight as even as you can on your shoulders. From here, drop your hips low and then press them back up. You can open your arms out if you want, with or without weights, and press. You've got 6 more. That left knee is reaching away from you. Don't let it open to the side. Go for 5. Go for 4. 3. Keep those ribs tight around your center. Press. Last 2. Press. And then go 1 more. Inhale out. Exhale, press all the way up. Hold at the top. Lower those right toes, ball of your foot. Heel, roll all the way down to the mat. Come through to neutral. Take a breath. Hold there. Let's bring our arms down. Same way we started the other side. So roll back up. We're going to do a couple just regular hip rolls. Again, finding that balance in your body. So roll back down, pressing each vertebra 1 at a time. Tailbone is the last piece, and then do that again. Nice and high. Rolling back down. The next one, we're going to stay up. So again, belly button and exhale, press your those knees reaching away from the top of your head. Right inner thigh squeezes toward your midline, so you're not letting your right leg fall out. Lift your left. Stay there. Now from here, really press into that right heel and float your left up. So hold there. From here, we're just going to reach and then pull back in. Constant pressure up into your right heel, reaching left, and then back in. So remember, if you want, you can have your arms up here. You can keep them down, or you can go for the full version, reach, and then pull back in, keeping those shoulder blades flush against the mat, reaching long, and pull back in. Constant pressure up through that right heel. And in, last 3. And back, keep those hips even. 2. And in, you're ready, 1 more, reaching out. Pull back in, hold right there. Now from here, drop your hips down together. And then lift them up together. So it's that right glute again. Inhaling down, press through that right heel as you lift. You can add those arms if you want, reach. You've got 5. Inhale down, exhale and press. 4. Inhaling down. 3. Exhaling right up. Go for 2. Exhale. exhale. Don't forget about that right inner thigh. It's squeezing toward your midline. Last one. Hold there, lower your left toe ball heel. Roll all the way down. Come right through to neutral. Take a breath here. Let's roll up again. All the way, holding at the top. Really reach those knees away from the top of your head. Take a nice couple of deep breaths here. And then roll your way back down. Come all the way through to neutral. And then lower those arms. Stay there. All right, we're going to bring our hands behind our head. So elbows hover off the mat just that little bit. Tuck that chin gently and then peel forward to flexion. So remember, when you come up to flexion, your pelvis wants to tuck, your tailbone wants to lift. Try not to let it. Keep your tailbone tipping away. Feel that little space behind your low back. Take a nice deep breath here and then slowly lowering back down. So remember, it's work all the way. Working, working, working all the way. Take a breath when you touch and then do it again. Tuck. Holding. And then again, slow and controlled. Lower back down. So go for 3 more like that. Tuck that chin. Exhale up. Slow and controlled, melting back. Last 2. Tuck. Watching that that pelvis does not move. Slow and control. On this next one, we're going to stay up at the top. So tucking your chin, heel forward, and then stay right there. So your shoulder blades are just barely lifting off the mat. You're looking towards your thighs. From here, lift your right heel, lift your left heel, and stay right there. So your toes are light on the mat. Lift your right leg up, hold when you're there, and then lower your right toes back down. They're barely touching. Lift your left. And then lower back down. So a couple things to watch for. Watch that your hips aren't shifting side to side as you switch legs. They should stay completely even. Watch that you're not just dropping your upper body down. Feel that your head is staying heavy in your hands so you're not taking the tension into your neck. That's what I always think about. Keep that neutral. Little space behind your low back. You ready? This time, right leg comes in. Hold it in. You're so light on these left toes. From here, reach this right leg away, lower your upper body slightly, and then pull back in. So go 5 more like that. Inhaling out, reach, reach, reach. Remember, this is not a break. This is the hard point right here. Go for 3. Keep that left hip nice and heavy. Reaching long. Exhale, curling forward. Last 2. Lengthen, curl forward, ribs slide down to your hips. 1 more. Inhale back, exhale. Lower those right toes down. Take a breath. Right hip is heavy, left up. Holding here, you ready? Reaching, lengthen, that's the hardest point. Curling forward. Reaching, think length. Go for 4. Go for 3. Inhale, reaching, exhale, curl. Last 2. All the way back, exhale, ribs slide down to those hips. 1 more. Inhale, back, exhale. Lower those left, lower your heels, lower your upper body all the way down. All right, bring your hands back down by your sides. Take a nice deep breath here. So from here, we're going to come to a little bit of an imprint. So back of your rib cage is still heavy. Your low back is just going to get a little bit closer to the mat. So just make sure you're not just pressing your low back down and tipping, like rocking your pelvis back or tipping it. We want to keep our pelvis pretty neutral and just kind of deepen your abdominals so your low back gets a little bit heavier. It does not need to touch the mat, all right? So don't, just jam it down. All right, we're going to lift our right heel. Lift our left, lift your right leg, lift your left, and stay right there. So keeping your ribs tight around your center is super important. Do not let those ribs start to lift. That's pretty much what our bodies want to do for most of us. So really focus on your ribs staying tight around your center. Give those inner thighs a little bit of a squeeze together, and then bring your hands, your palms, onto your thighs. You ready? So your elbows can stay on the mat, or you can lift them a little bit if you want. but make sure you have pressure into your hands. So you're gonna pull your thighs towards you, but you're gonna be pressing your thighs with your hands. So hold there, take a breath, and then just release slightly. So you can see it probably looks like I'm moving. Do that again. Pull those thighs towards you. That's that transverse, those low abs, pulling in, and then resist, or release, sorry. Do that again. Pulling in, slow as you release. Go for 4 more. Watch that your neck isn't peeling off the mat and your chin isn't lifting to the ceiling. Exhale as you pull. Inhale out. Last couple. And out, and then go 1 more. Pulling in, hold. So keep those thighs pulling towards you. Keep your hands pressing. Hold for 5. Hold for 4. Belly button still pulling into your spine. 3, 2, and 1. Release those hands down. Hold here. You can bring your feet down if you want a little bit of a breath. You're gonna stay up, stay here. Now all we're gonna do is squeeze your thighs together. We're gonna move the opposite directions. Now move your thighs 2 inches away from you. Still working those low abs. And then inhale as we come back in the same 2 inches. 2 inches away. Make sure you're not just dropping your feet. Imagine you have a tray of tea on your shins. Don't let your tea spill. Go for 5. Watch that chin again. Keep it gently pulling into your chest so you're not arching through your cervical spine. Last 3. Abs deepen. Inhale with control. Last 2. Inhale in. You ready? 1 more. Hold those legs there. Relax that upper body as much as you can. Hold for 5. Ribs are heavy. Hold for 4. Belly button pulling into your spine. Hold for 3. Hold for 2. And 1. Bring those legs in. Lower your right. Lower your left. Lower those heels. Hug those knees into your chest. Have a little roll around one way. Roll around the other. And then we will come onto our sides. So let's lie on our left side. First, reach your legs straight out underneath you. Have your weight handy, or keep your weight handy if you want to use the weight. All right, we're going to start with both knees pointing forward. Your toes are in line with the rest of your body. Left ribs are that little bit lifted off the mat or is connected. So right hand can be in front of you. You can start on your hip if you want that extra challenge. Just lift your right leg up to about hip height. Hold there. And then circle your leg around. So just a small circle. Does not need to be big. The idea is that you're staying steady. Your transverse, you were just focusing on in those last couple of exercises, is going to be working the whole time to keep your hips from wiggling around. And if you feel like you can stay completely steady, make your circles a little bit bigger. That's absolutely fine. Also, if you feel that this is easy, watch that your left knee is not pointing down. If I put my knee down like this, it's actually super easy to stay steady. If I have my knee pointing forward, it's much harder. Pause and go the other way. Smooth little circles. Take your time. Think about your femur, that thigh bone just circling in your hip socket. Just moving your pelvis, your hips stay completely still. Go for 5 and 4. 3, last 2, and 1. Hold at about hip height. Stay right there. You're going to reach your leg as far forward as you can keep neutral. Keep it at about hip height. Flex your foot as you press and squeeze back a little bit. So do that again. Point and reach. Doesn't matter what your range is. Flex and press back. Don't let those hips move. Go for 6. Inhale, reaching. Exhale, flex and press. Inhale, reaching. Keep it at hip height. Reaching, flex, and press. Go for 3. Reach, flex, and press. Last 2. Reach, flex, and press. Last 1. Reaching for, remember if you're having a hard time stabilizing, just have 1 or 2 fingers down. Flex and press back. Now stay there. Keep your foot flexed. Lift your leg up 2 inches and down 2. So your leg is slightly behind you as you lift. And as you lower, your hips stay stacked. Go 6 and lower. Go for 5. Make sure that leg is a little bit behind you. 4, can you see my left leg is right underneath me? See how my right is back? Yeah, you got it. Go 4. Go for 3, squeeze. Last 2, squeeze. And then 1 more, squeeze up. Hold there, bring that leg so it's back on top of your left, and then lower all the way down. Okay, so from here, lift that right up. Hold it at hip height, squeeze your left up to meet it, and then just lower your left. Left squeezes, left lowers. Exhale up, inhale down. And instead of just bringing your feet together, really feel your thighs squeeze, thighs lower. If you want an extra challenge, lift your right leg a little higher and lower. Go for 4, squeeze, controlling down. Go for 3, squeeze, controlling down. Last 2, squeeze, and down. Last 1, squeeze up, holding there. Lower to a hover, and then squeeze back up. Lower to a hover. Exhale, squeeze, go for 6, control, and lift. Watch those left ribs, don't let them press into the mat. 4, exhale, squeeze. Go for 3, reaching your toes and lifting. Last 2, reaching and lifting. Last 1, reach and lift. Stay at the top from here, go 1 more inch. Hold, and down an inch. 1 more inch, hold, 1 inch down, go for 6, 5, 4, squeeze, 3, tiny lift, 2, abs deepen as you lift, last 1, lift, hold, and then lower all the way down. Okay, now bend your knees, so your shins are up at the front edge of your mat. Your shins are parallel to your body. Right angle with your legs, and then grab your weight in your right hand, reach your arm right up to the ceiling. If you want the weight, it doesn't matter. You can do this with no weight as well. So your shoulder blades are flat against an imaginary wall. You could be against a wall if you're so inclined, but you can imagine it if you'd like. We're gonna lower our arm down just to shoulder height. Now feel how your right shoulder wants to roll forward like I did there. Make sure it stays back. You want them to stay stacked. Lift that right arm back up. So inhaling down, really control as you lower. So not letting the weight pull your arm out of alignment. Go for 6, inhale down. Your core is staying connected. That's helping to keep you steady. And control. And reach. 3. Control. And up. Last 2. You ready? You got 1 more. Inhale down. Exhale all the way up. Stay at the top. So your hand is right above your shoulder socket. Now lift your right leg up to hip height. Hold there. You ready? We're going to circle this leg. So small circles, keeping your hips totally still. If you need to bring your arm down for a little bit of stability, that is totally fine. Small circles, go 4. Hips stay still. 3. Left ribs are still lifting, right? Don't let them press down. 2. Right waistline stays long. Last 1, pause, go the other way. Smooth little circles. Go for 6, 5, 4, 3. Last 2. Last 1, hold. Now you're going to kick that right leg, kick up through your heel, all the way out underneath you. It's a little bit higher than hip height. Reach that right arm overhead. So really reaching fingertips from toes or fingertips from heels. And then bend all the way back in with your leg. Reach that right arm back up to the ceiling. So exhale as you reach. Nice long waistlines. Inhale in. Ready? Go for 6 like this. Controlling back in, and 5. And control, go for 4. Exhale, feel those waistlines staying long as you reach. And as you pull in, last couple. And you're ready, one more. Reaching all the way. And then pulls up, arm and leg up and down. Exhale, up and down. Watch those left ribs, don't let them press, lift and lower. Energy, kicking that heel away from you the whole time for 5. Control down. Go for 4, no bouncing, lift and lower. 3. And down, last 2, lifting that thigh, lifting that upper arm. Last one, up, all the way, bend that leg in, and then lower your arm all the way down. Good job, guys. Come on to your back. Let's give our right hip a little stretch out. So right foot in front of your left knee. Even weight on those hips. Take a nice couple of breaths. Ribs stay tight around your center. If you want to deepen your stretch, you can bring your left leg in a little tighter. Bring my watch. I can't see the time. There we go. Perfect. Right. Nice couple of breaths there. Keep hugging that left knee in tighter. Keep opening that right leg a little wider. Right. And then let's flip around. We're going to do the same on the other side. So have your weight handy again. Lying flat out. So right fingertips reaching away from your toes. Waistlines are long. All right. You can start with your left hand either beside you or either in front of you or on your hip. Remember, your knees are both pointing forward. Really important as we work here. So lift that left leg up to about hip height. Hold when you're there. Right ribs are lifted. Core is connected. Your right knee is pointing forward. Now from here, just start with those circles. Don't worry if one side feels more unsteady. This is my unsteady side. Really tricky to have my arm up on this side, so just kind of pay attention to your body. Make your circles a little smaller if you're having a harder time stabilizing. Make sure you just have a light touch with that hand. If it's down on the mat, go for 3. Remember, you're constantly reaching your toes away from the top of your head and your right fingertips. Pause, go the other way. So again, those smooth little circles, deepening those abdominals to keep yourself as steady as possible. You got it. Go for 5. Good job, guys. 4, 3. Last 2. Last 1. Staying at about hip height. Now from here, reach your toes forward and then flex and press back. So only moving as much as you can keep your hips steady. Inhale, reaching. Exhale, flex and press. Inhale, reaching. Remember, when you flex and press back, you can bring your leg behind you slightly. That's my leg just behind me there. Point and reach. Flex and press. You got to go 4 more. Reaching. 4 is keeping you steady. And 3, reaching. Last 2. And squeeze back. And then go 1 more. Point and reach. Flex and squeeze back. And then stay there. So your leg is behind you slightly. Lift up an inch and down an inch. Exhale up. Inhale down, keeping your hips stacked one on top of the other. Squeezing back so you get the underside of your glute as well as this side. 5. Control down. Go for 4. And down. Go for 3. And down. Last 2. Squeeze. And down. Last 1. Squeezing up. Holding there. And then lower that leg all the way down. Okay, so take a breath. Really reach those toes away. Keep those right ribs lifting. Pointing through your left toes this time. You're going to squeeze your right leg up to meet it. And then lower back. So exhale. Inhale down. Keep those left toes reaching. Right toes reach as they lift. And lower. Go for 5. And down. Go for 4. And down. Go for 3. Control. Last 2. Control, ready, 1 more, squeezing up. Stay there, keep your legs together, lower them together, and then lift them back up.
Inhale as you lower, keep those right ribs lifting. Inhale 6, exhale squeeze. Inhale 5, reaching as you lower, keep reaching as you lift. 4. Remember, not letting your legs just drop down. Last 2. Exhale, squeeze. Last 1. Exhale, squeezing up, holding there. Take a breath, and then nice and slow, lower all the way down. All right, now bend your legs. So again, legs are at that 90-degree angle. You guys know your shins are at the front edge of your mat. And then your shoulders are stacked up, right? We're gonna try and keep them stacked. Lift your left arm up. So it is just at shoulder height. Your shoulder blades are flat against the mat. Just start with that arm. So reach it up. Think about that left shoulder blade staying flat against your back as you lower, and then do that again. And control, good. So go 6 more like this, really controlling those shoulders. Everything wants to move, right? Don't let it. Go for 4. And 3, inhale up. Last 2, reach. And control, and then go 1 more, reach that arm up. Stay when it's up there, so your hand is right above your shoulder. Lift your left leg up, so it's in hip height. Now circle this left leg, so smooth little circles. Trying to keep your shin, your calf, perpendicular or parallel with the ground. Just circling that 5 for 5. For 4, nice long necks. 3, still in neutral, right? You still have that little space in your lumbar spine, that little curve. 2, last 1, and then go the other way. Go for 6, keeping those ribs nice and tight around your center. 4, 3, last 2. Ready, 1 more, circling around, stay there. Now you're gonna keep it through your heel, reach that left arm away from that left heel, hold, and then bend that left, reach that left arm all the way up. So reaching, and then slow and controlled back in. You got it for 6. And in with control, go for 5, exhale. In with control, 4. Slow and control, 3. Slow and control, good, last 2. In, we have 1 more, we're gonna go all the way out. Staying when you're back there, from here, lift that arm back up, stay here. Now from here, lift and lower. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. You got 6. And down, go for 5. And down 4. Last 3, exhale. Keep those abs pulling in. 2. Last 1, lifting, staying right there. Now reach that arm overhead. Do it together. Let's go 8. And lower, go for 7, up and down, 6, 5, keep those waistlines long, 4, 3, 2, exhale, last 1, up, all the way in, and then lower, right down. All right, come onto your backs. Let's give our left a little stretch, so left foot in front of your right knee, hug behind that right knee. Holding here, so take a couple of deep breaths. Try to keep your hips as neutral as you can. Keep that little space behind your low back. Hugging that right knee in closer, turning that left one out a little wider. And then just straighten your legs out in front of you. Okay. Have 1 weight down. We're going to use our weights in a second. So just have 1 weight on either side if you want to use your weights. Okay. So legs can be right together. Squeeze your ankles together. Squeeze those inner thighs together. and then reach your arms right up to the ceiling. So your shoulder blades are flat against the mat, collarbones wide. Reach those arms overhead. Ribs stay tight around your center, right? Now keep those heels pressing into the mat, keep your inner thighs squeezing, tuck your chin. We're coming into full roll-ups. So as you're rolling up, keep those legs reaching. Reach all the way out to those toes. Stack yourself up nice and tall, and then roll back. So pulling your belly button into your spine as you curl back down. Keep those shoulders away from your ears, rolling all the way. Reach those arms, take a breath, and then let's do it again. Arms up, tucking your chin, pulling that belly button in as you reach. Good job, guys. Stacking up nice and tall. Let's do that again like this. Rolling down. Nice and controlled. Reach those arms overhead. Now we're going to add on to that. So as we get to about our shoulders, we're going to lift our left leg, holding in that little half roll this time. So stay there. Shoulders are relaxed. Roll back down. As your shoulder blades press to the mat, so about there, your leg will reach back out. Reach those arms overhead. Same thing here. Tucking your chin, shoulder blades begin to lift. Left leg in, holding. Slow and controlled, roll back down. Shoulder blades away from your ears, reaching those toes. And back. Let's do that again. Tucking. Curling, right leg up. Take a breath, good job, guys. And then slow and controlled, keeping your weight even in your hips. Reach that leg all the way. Last one, left. Nodding. Shoulder blades lift, left leg up. And then again, keep that weight even through your hips as you roll all the way down. So for the last one, you can either keep both feet down or you can try to lift both legs, holding in that little bit of a teaser. Take a nice breath. Good job, guys. Okay, so stay right here. Because what I can see is up. Now just tap your toes. And up. Tap your left toes. Shoulders away from your ears. Go right again. And up. Very good. Left tap. And up. One more right. And in. One more left. And in the lower, and come all the way up to seated. Take a breath. Okay, so if you don't have your weights yet, grab your weights in your hands. All right, if you want to, it doesn't matter. Reach your arms straight forward, so sitting up tall. Feet hip distance apart, so scoop back, pull that belly button in towards your spine, holding in that same little scoop. So remember, you're not in a hinge. That's a hinge, flat back. You're in a real round back, little lumbar scoop. So hold here. Now from here, reach your arms up to the ceiling, take a breath, and then control as they lower. So you don't want to do this. No one that I see is, but just keep that in mind. Arms are reaching, and then arms are lowering. So it's not really a huge scoop. Arms up, core stays connected. Arms down. Go two more. And down, keeping that little scoop. Go one more. Arms up. Lower your arms to shoulder height. Stay there, keeping those ribs tight around your center. Reach your right leg out. And then bring your right leg back in. Reach your left leg out. And then bring it back in. So just a light touch as you reach. And in, hips stay even, left. And in. Now come reach our right leg and our left arm. And then in. Reaching opposite, left leg, right arm. And in. So just sliding your leg out. There you got it. Very good. Even weight on those hips. And down. Ready? One more here. Reach. Back in. Use your abs. Come all the way back to seated, nice and tall. Okay. So I'll show you the front. You know this, I think. Shoulders away from your ears. Scoot back the same way. Pull your belly button in and stay. So you're going to open your right arm only as wide as you're not going to do that. And then bring your right arm back through center. So you're in your scoop. Left arm opens. Even weight on your hips. Shoulders are square to the way you're looking. Do that again. Right arm, even if you can only open out a couple of inches, that's fine. Do that again. Go left. And in. Now let's open our right arm out to this side and then start twisting it back. So you're going to twist Follow the weight in your arm with your eyes, and then bring that arm back through center. Take a breath, left arm opens, begin twisting, reach just as far as it feels good, and then come back through center. Do that again, right arm opens, keep your weight even in your hips, begin opening up that right side of your ribcage, reach, and then back, and then go left, out, open, twisting wide, all the way back through center. One more each way, let's go right, and all the way in. And then let's go left, opening, reach, twist, all the way back through center. Come all the way back to seated, nice and tall. Awesome. Have your weights handy, one on either side of your mat. We're going to come up to a 4-point kneel for our last little bit here. So hands really underneath your shoulders, knees underneath your hips. Again, you can use the weight if you want to, you don't have to. All right? So begin by connecting through your core. So in a 4-point kneel position, it's really, really easy to just let everything go. Really feel that your core is connected. You're neutral, so you have that little space in your lumbar. You're pressing your arm, your hands away from the mat to keep your shoulders neutral, so we don't want to end up here. And then from there, let's just kick our right leg straight out behind us. So reach it long. Your weight wants to shift left. Do not let it. And then lift that right leg up. So reaching your toes away from the top of your head. Now, if you want, you can grab a weight in your left hand, and then you can reach your left arm away. So hold there. From here, just tap, and then exhale as you lift. Now watch your right elbow, don't let it lock. Little tap, and then that little lift. So constantly reaching left fingertips from right toes for 5. Even as you're lowering, you're reaching away 4. And try to keep your necks nice and long, so you're looking right down, almost towards your right thumb. 3. Last 2. Exhale, lift. You ready? One more. Exhale, lift. Now stay here. Now you're going to bring your left arm back. The right knee pulls in around that spine, holding there. Watch you're not locking your right elbow. And then lengthen all the way out. Go for 5. Drop in that tail, scoop those abs, and lengthen. Go for 4. And reach. 3 more. Watch your weight isn't shifting to the left. It really wants to, right? 2. And reach, last 1. Reach all the way out. Bring that hand in, bring that leg in. Sit yourself back to a shell stretch. You give your wrists a little twist. Tap into water, whatever you'd like to do. All right, and then come on back up. So hands back under those shoulders, knees back underneath your hips. So even weight for your hands, even weight for your knees, not locking those elbows. Keep your left leg straight out, lift it up, and reach away. So watch that your weight hasn't shifted right. Remember, that's what it's going to want to do. Reach, grab your weight in your right hand if you want. Reach fingertips from toes, looking down towards your mat. Now just tap and lift. So remember, as you're tapping, you're reaching away. As you're lifting, you're still reaching away. 6. Watch that left elbow. 5. Your back is staying nice and strong, so no arching. 4. 3. Constant pressure into that right knee to keep yourself steady. 2. That helps to engage your right outer glute. And 1 more. Now bring that right arm back, left knee pulls in, rounding your back. Really easy to let your weight shift to the right here. Don't let yourself do that. And reach. We've got 4 more like this. All the way in. Reaching long. 3. And reach. Last 2. All the way, last 1. All the way out, bring that hand in, bring that leg in.
And again, sit yourself back to a little shell stretch. Give your wrists a good shake. Okay, guys. And then bring your hands back underneath your shoulders, knees underneath your hips. I lost my watch. You know I just teach all my classes a couple minutes over. If you have to leave, it's okay, I understand. Kick your right leg back, so really reaching your right heel away from the top of your head. Hold there, and then kick your left out as well. So really taking a couple of deep breaths, thinking about that length. So taking a couple of deep breaths, really thinking about the length is what I'm trying to say. Reaching the top of your head, so your eyes are looking down, away from those heels. Now from here, just drop your right knee down. You're not quite gonna touch, and then kick back out. Now same thing left. Your left hip doesn't drop, so don't do what I did there. And then keep those hips even. Right knee down with control. Left knee down with control. You got 2 more each side. Doesn't matter how low you go, just really think about your hips staying even. And then left. And kick one more right. Inhale down. One more left. Holding there, pull those abs in, press yourself all the way back, dropping those heels low. So take a nice couple of breaths with those heels nice and low. Bend your right knee, press through your left heel. And then switch, both heels lift, and then press your right down. And both heels up. And up, and drop. One more here, up, and drop. And then drop both those heels. Keep that tail lifting nice and high. And then just walk those hands into your feet. One at a time, hanging that forward fold. Give your head a little rock back and forth. Those shoulders relax. And then when you're ready, let's roll all the way up. So pressure back into those heels. Dropping that tail, and then step your spine up as if you're stepping up against a wall, one vertebrae at a time, all the way until you're standing nice and tall. Give those shoulders a little roll down, and you are all finito. Thanks, guys. Hope that felt good. I will see you next Monday. Again, 9:30 though. Don't forget, it's going to be 9:30. All right? Having a good week, everybody. Bye.